Okay, so we've got a whole stack of chapters here all about the subconscious mind, and it looks like we're in for a fascinating deep dive.
Yeah, definitely looks like a deep dive.
We're seeing themes of wealth, success relationships, even a bit of dream interpretation.
Wow, that's quite the range.
So are you ready to unlock those hidden powers within?
Absolutely, I'm ready.
Great. So it seems like these chapters are saying that the subconscious mind has this incredible potential, and not just for like traditional success, but for happiness and fulfillment.
Yeah, like in every area of life.
Exactly. So it's not just some mystical force, right? It's more like we all have this internal resource we can learn to use to like actually create change in our lives.
Yeah, lasting change.
Lasting change, exactly. So how about we start with something that comes up a lot in these chapters,
hmm
the subconscious and wealth.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? The chapters make it clear that money itself isn't like the problem.
Right.
It's more about our subconscious beliefs about money that can either help us or hold us back.
It's that old saying, right? For the love of money is the root of all evil.
Exactly. It's not about money being bad, it's the obsession with it.
Yeah, and the chapters have some pretty wild stories about how this plays out in real life.
Oh, yeah, like that story about the young woman who went bankrupt.
Oh, yeah. What was that about?
Well, she had this deeply ingrained belief that money was evil.
Huh.
And so it's like she repelled wealth without even realizing it?
Wow.
It's like a reminder that we really need to examine those subconscious money scripts, like they call them, if we want to attract wealth.
Yeah, it really shows the power of belief.
Totally.
If you believe money is bad, you're probably not going to attract it. But then the chapters also show how a strong belief in abundance can lead to incredible results.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like that story of the Filipino woman who visualized getting her medical degree even though she was struggling to make ends meet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember that story.
Because she believed it was possible, she attracted the opportunity to achieve her dream.
Yeah. Starting with a doctor who noticed her hard work and offered to sponsor her training as a medical assistant.
Yeah, which is amazing, but it really shows how visualizing goals with unwavering faith can make impossible dreams achievable.
It's not even just wishing for something. It's like truly believing it's possible.
Right, like believing it on that deep subconscious level.
Exactly. They talk about the power of visualization combined with unwavering faith and expectancy.
But it's not all about like getting rich, right? I mean, the chapters are addressing success as more than just money.
Definitely. Yeah, they define success as like achieving your desires, which could
Mm-hmm.
be happiness, peace, or fulfilling relationships, things that money can't buy.
Right. It's a more holistic idea of
Right.
success. Like
Okay.
Joe, the guy who hated his job and always felt undervalued.
Oh,
He
right.
ended up getting fired unless she subconsciously manifested it.
It's like his negative thoughts and resentment kind of shaped his reality. It's a good reminder that we need to pay attention to those subconscious beliefs, even in the workplace.
Hmm.
Our inner world can create our outer world.
So then how do we actually like program our subconscious for success, both financially and in other areas of life?
Well, the chapters talk about cultivating gratitude,
Okay.
recognizing a higher power, and believing in your ability to manifest abundance.
Okay.
It's about shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance, from what you lack to appreciating what you have
I like that.
and what's possible.
And there's that powerful affirmation, I am grateful for all of God's riches. I give thanks for the opportunity to have received it.
It's like you're already living in that state of abundance.
Yeah, and that's powerful. But the chapters also go beyond just money, right? They talk about achieving goals and finding your passion.
Oh, yeah, totally. Because if you're chasing someone else's definition of success, you're never going to feel truly fulfilled.
Right. So how do you tap into that inner knowing?
Well, they suggest if you're struggling to find your passion, you can ask your subconscious for guidance. They even have an affirmation for it. The infinite wisdom within my subconscious mind will help me discover the passion I am missing in life.
Wow. It's like asking your inner guidance system for directions.
Exactly.
Okay, so you've identified your passion. What's next?
Well, the chapters say the next step is focusing on your strengths and becoming an expert in your niche.
Like Janet's the student who used affirmations and meditation to overcome her fear of school.
Oh, yeah. She discovered a love of learning and ended up excelling in her classes.
It's amazing what a shift in mindset can do, but the chapters also caution against pursuing success purely for selfish reasons.
Right, because then it's not really true success, is it?
Exactly.
There's this idea that your desires will manifest more quickly if they're aligned with the greater good.
Hmm.
Like if you're using your success to make a positive impact on the world.
Like the man who embezzled money and ended up living in fear and anxiety despite his material wealth.
Yeah, exactly. It shows how true success goes beyond accumulating possessions.
Right. It's about inner peace fulfillment and making a difference.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about wealth and success, but the chapters also delve into something I find fascinating: the subconscious mind of geniuses.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
What makes their minds different?
Well, it's fascinating how many geniuses throughout history attribute their breakthroughs to their subconscious.
Really?
They describe these moments of sudden insight, like where solutions appear out of nowhere.
It's like their subconscious minds were working on these problems in the background, even while they were consciously focused on other things.
Exactly. And the chapters emphasize that these aha moments
Yeah.
often come after a period of conscious effort followed by subconscious incubation.
So you might wrestle with a problem, hit a wall, and then bam, the solution appears when you least expect it.
Exactly like Friedrich August Kekulé, who discovered the structure of the benzene ring after having a dream about a snake biting its own tail.
Wow.
Or Dr. Frederick Banting, who got the idea for insulin in a dream after years of searching for a diabetes cure.
It's like their subconscious minds finally pieced together the puzzle while they slept.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. But it wasn't just about sleep, right?
Right.
The chapters also talk about Nikola Tesla, who was famous for visualizing his inventions in detail and then letting his subconscious work out the specifics.
Yeah, he was a master at that.
So these geniuses weren't just brilliant, they were actively using their subconscious minds as a tool.
Yeah, for problem solving and creative inspiration.
It makes you wonder what our own subconscious minds are capable of.
I know, right? It opens up a world of possibilities.
And speaking of harnessing the subconscious, another topic these chapters get into is using it as a guide.
Oh yeah, using your intuition.
So we can actually use our subconscious to help us make decisions.
That's what they're saying.
How does that even work?
Well, they suggest clearing your mind, focusing on the desired outcome, and trusting the intuitive answer that emerges.
So like tapping into that gut feeling.
Exactly.
I like that. And sometimes the answers can be pretty surprising.
Oh yeah, tell me about it.
Like that story about the lost motorcycle key and the message to ask Melissa.
Even though it seemed totally illogical at the time,
And it turns out Melissa had the key all along.
it just goes to show you that trusting your intuition, even when it seems strange, can lead to unexpected solutions.
Totally. Then there's that other story about Raymond J., who was guided to a specific bank to find his father's missing will.
Like his subconscious knew where it was the whole time.
It's wild. So we can use our subconscious minds for guidance in all sorts of situations, from small everyday problems to major life decisions.
Absolutely.
But how does this inner knowing actually work? What's happening in our brains?
Well, that's where sleep comes in.
Okay.
While we're sleeping, our subconscious minds are busy regulating vital functions and working on problems we've been pondering.
So sleep deprivation actually hinders this process.
Exactly. The chapters warn that sleep deprivation can lead to cognitive impairment, even danger.
Like Randy Gardner, who stayed awake for 11 days.
Oh, yeah.
He experienced hallucinations, paranoia, and a whole host of other issues.
Definitely a good reminder to get enough sleep.
But if we use it wisely, we can actually tap into this problem-solving power. The chapters suggest affirming the desired solution before bed and trusting the answer that comes.
Like Robin J., who used this technique to make a career decision.
He asked his subconscious for guidance and woke up with a clear sense of what to do.
Exactly.
It's like giving your subconscious an assignment where you sleep and waking up to the solution.
That's a great way to put it. But we've been talking a lot about individual success. What about the subconscious in relationships?
That's a big one. Did the chapters cover that?
They do. And they suggest that successful relationships require communication not just between partners, but with the subconscious mind.
So our subconscious beliefs about relationships can actually influence how they play out.
Absolutely. Think about it. If you're subconsciously expecting drama and conflict, you're more likely to attract partners who fulfill that expectation.
Like Jeffrey, who kept attracting domineering women because he subconsciously expected them.
It's like he was creating a self-fulfilling prophecy.
It really shows how important it is to examine those subconscious beliefs about relationships and make sure they're aligned with what we really want.
For sure.
But the chapters also talk about using your subconscious to attract the ideal partner.
Right, visualizing the desired qualities in detail and affirming the belief that this person exists and is drawn to you.
So it's not just about finding the right person, it's about creating the right mindset.
Exactly, and they say that marital bliss comes from genuine love and alignment, not just financial security, or ego.
Right. It's about aligning your subconscious beliefs with your relationship goals. But what about those who are already in relationships? How can they use their subconscious to create more happiness?
The chapters emphasize forgiveness, appreciation, and gratitude,
Okay.
focusing on the positive aspects of the relationship and playing a supportive role in each other's lives.
Choosing to focus on the good instead of dwelling on the negative because our subconscious minds reflect what we feed them.
Right? If we constantly focus on what's wrong, we're likely to attract more negativity.
Yeah. It's not just about finding the right partner, it's about creating the right mindset for a lasting and fulfilling relationship.
Exactly. And that mindset shift, that conscious choice, is key when it comes to one of the most important questions. What is the key? They argue that happiness is a choice, not an external circumstance.
Huh.
It's about cultivating happiness as a habit rather than waiting for it to magically appear.
It reminds me of that story about the happy Irish farmer who was content despite his simple life.
Right.
He attributed his happiness to gratitude and a positive outlook. It's like he trained his mind to focus on the good.
It shows that happiness isn't about what you have, but how you perceive it.
And the chapters are clear about not mistaking material possessions for true happiness. They can bring temporary pleasure, but not lasting fulfillment.
Definitely, it's about recognizing that happiness comes from within.
But it's not always easy, is it? Sometimes it feels like happiness is out of our control.
Well, the chapters talk about how we limit our own happiness by believing we can't be happy. They use the analogy of the elephant tethered to a small stake.
Oh, yeah.
It's a powerful image of how past conditioning can hold us back.
Wow.
We might be limited by our beliefs, not our circumstances.
So how do we break free from those limiting beliefs and choose happiness?
The chapters suggest challenging the belief that you can't be happy.
Yep.
It's about recognizing that happiness is a choice and actively cultivating it.
So instead of thinking I can't be happy, we can shift to I choose to be happy.
Exactly. It's a subtle but profound shift.
Yeah, it's like we need to rewire our thinking, and the chapters give some practical advice on how to do that, right?
They do.
Like treating others as you want to be treated.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that your thoughts and actions towards others ultimately reflect back on yourself.
So by spreading kindness and positivity, we're actually creating a more positive environment for ourselves.
That's the idea. It's not just a feel-good concept. It's about understanding that negativity breeds negativity.
The story of Alicia illustrates this so well. Her condescending tone actually created the negativity she resented in others.
Right.
And when she changed her attitude, it improved her entire work environment.
It emphasizes that we have the power to shape our reality through our thoughts and actions.
But what about dealing with difficult people? That can be really challenging, especially if you're trying to stay positive.
Yeah, for sure. The chapters offer some strategies for that too. Sometimes they say the best approach is avoidance.
Okay.
Protecting your energy and not letting toxic people drain you.
But if it's unavoidable, like with a coworker or family member.
Well, then they suggest responding with kindness and positivity.
Really?
It's not about being a doormat, but understanding that your response has power. Kindness can sometimes be the best defense.
Interesting.
It might even inspire change in the other person.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground wealth success relationships. Happiness, it's clear that the subconscious plays a role in all of them.
It really does. It's like this invisible hand guiding so much of our lives.
Right, and it's not something to fear, it's something to understand and work with.
Exactly.
But before we move on, what's one key takeaway you think is most important for our listeners to remember so far?
If I had to pick one, I'd say it's the power of forgiveness.
Okay.
The chapters emphasize that it's essential for happiness and well-being.
It's about letting go of the past and releasing the negativity that's holding you back, right? Like the story of Carol, who punished herself with workaholism because of guilt over her brother's death.
Right. Learning to forgive herself allowed her to heal and rebuild her life.
It's a powerful reminder that unforgiveness is an anchor.
Yeah, holding us back from moving forward.
So how do we know if we've truly forgiven someone, including ourselves?
They offer a test. If you still feel anger or resentment, you haven't truly let go. Forgiveness is a process, not a one-time event.
It's about practicing forgiveness daily, extending it to yourself and others.
Exactly. Choosing peace over resentment.
Okay. I'm definitely feeling the need to take a deep breath after all of that. Let's take a quick pause here and come back in part 2 to explore some more of these fascinating ideas about the subconscious mind.
Yes, good. Welcome back. It's amazing how much we covered in that last part, but we've only just scratched the surface of this topic.
I know, right? It really feels like we're uncovering a whole new world inside ourselves.
Yeah, and the chapters keep emphasizing this idea that our subconscious minds are constantly shaping our reality, whether we're aware of it or not.
Like we're always sending messages to our subconscious through our thoughts, beliefs, actions.
And it's responding, creating experiences that mirror those messages.
So if we're constantly dwelling on negativity, fear, lack, that's what we're likely to attract.
But the good news is that the opposite is also true.
Okay.
When we choose to focus on positivity, abundance, love, we create a ripple effect, attracting more of those positive experiences.
It's like we're setting the stage for our own success and happiness, but it can be hard to shift that focus, especially when it feels like we're surrounded by so much negativity.
Oh yeah, I hear you. So how do we actually reprogram our subconscious minds to focus on the good?
Yeah, how to do that?
Well, one technique the chapters highlight is this idea of consciously choosing our thoughts.
Okay.
We have the power to decide what we focus on, even if it doesn't always feel that way.
So instead of letting our minds spiral into like worry or fear, we can actively choose to think about something positive, something that brings us joy or peace.
Exactly. You're training your mind to look for the good, even in challenging situations.
There's that saying, what you focus on expands.
Right.
And it seems like that's true for our subconscious minds too.
It totally applies. But it's an ongoing process, not a one-time fix.
Right.
It's a daily practice of choosing positive thoughts, beliefs, actions
So we're constantly shaping and reshaping our reality.
through the messages we send to our subconscious.
And that brings us to affirmations.
Affirmations. They can be incredibly powerful, but there's a key to making them work.
What's that?
It's not just about mindlessly repeating words. It's about truly believing what you're saying and feeling the emotion behind the words.
So it's not just saying I am wealthy, but actually feeling the abundance and gratitude as if you already have that wealth.
Exactly. You're aligning your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs to create a powerful message that resonates with your subconscious mind.
The chapters offer specific affirmations for attracting wealth success, even an ideal partner.
Oh yeah, there are a lot of good ones in there.
Were there any that stood out to you?
One that I really liked was, the infinite wisdom within my subconscious mind is guiding me towards my highest good.
I love that one.
It's about trusting that inner wisdom, that intuitive voice that often knows us better than we know ourselves.
It ties back to that idea of the subconscious as a guide.
Right.
By tapping into that infinite wisdom, we can make choices that are aligned with our true selves.
Our highest potential.
And speaking of the subconscious communicating with us, there's another way it does this that I always found fascinating. Through our dreams.
Oh yeah, dreams have always been a bit of a mystery.
Do the chapters offer any insights into how to understand them?
They suggest that dreams are a way for our subconscious to communicate with us,
Okay.
offering insights, guidance, and sometimes even warnings.
So it's not just random images and stories.
Right, they caution against dismissing dreams as meaningless.
Oh, okay.
They encourage us to pay attention to the emotions, the characters, the symbols.
They even say that if you want to understand your dreams better, you can ask your subconscious to make them clearer.
Yeah, it might sound strange, but why not give it a try?
I love that. And what about keeping a dream journal? Is that helpful?
The chapters recommend writing down your dreams as soon as you wake up so you can capture those insights before they fade away.
Okay, I'm going to try that tonight. But what about nightmares? Those don't feel very insightful.
That's a good point. The chapters address this too. They say that nightmares might be our subconscious mind's way of processing fears, anxieties, or unresolved issues.
So instead of just feeling scared, we can try to understand what our subconscious is trying to tell us.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
It can be a valuable tool for self-discovery.
It's like our dreams are a direct line to our subconscious minds.
I like that analogy. But let's shift gears a bit. We've talked about the impact of the subconscious on our mental and emotional well-being. But what about our physical health?
Yeah, that's a good question. Do the chapters address that?
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fascinating how they connect our subconscious beliefs to our physical well-being,
It's like our minds and bodies are intricately linked.
which we know intuitively. But the chapters actually suggest that the subconscious mind plays a huge role in regulating our bodily functions,
Really?
like our immune system, hormonal balance, even our healing processes.
So our thoughts and beliefs can actually influence our health?
That's the idea. And they warn that negative beliefs and emotions like stress, fear, anger can suppress our immune systems and make us more susceptible to illness.
Wow. So it's not just about thinking positive thoughts to be happy. It's about creating a healthy internal environment for our bodies to thrive.
Exactly.
So then how do we harness the power of the subconscious to promote healing?
Well, one technique they talk about is using visualization to support the healing process.
So instead of just hoping to get better, we can actually visualize our body's healing.
Precisely. Picture your cells regenerating your immune system, functioning optimally.
Wow.
And pair this with affirmations like, my body is strong and healthy. I am filled with vitality and energy.
It's like we're sending powerful messages to our subconscious minds, aligning our thoughts and beliefs with the outcome we want.
And there's some evidence that this actually works.
Really?
Studies have shown that people who use visualization and affirmations while recovering from surgery or illness tend to heal faster and experience less pain.
That's amazing. It's like we have this untapped healing power within us.
And it all comes back to the power of belief. If we believe our bodies are capable of healing, if we visualize ourselves as healthy and whole, we send powerful messages to our subconscious that can actually influence the healing process.
It's like tapping into the body's natural wisdom, its innate ability to heal.
And that brings us to another fascinating aspect of the subconscious, its ability to overcome limitations.
Okay, so we're not just talking about healing from illness, but overcoming mental and emotional obstacles too.
Precisely. The chapters emphasize that our subconscious minds don't recognize limitations in the same way our conscious minds do.
So while our conscious mind might say, I can't do that, or that's impossible, our subconscious is open to possibilities we might not even be aware of.
Exactly, which is why it's so important to reprogram those limiting beliefs and open ourselves up to new possibilities.
Like the Filipino woman who achieved her dream of becoming a doctor, even though she had financial limitations.
Right. Her subconscious didn't see those limitations as obstacles.
It's a great example of how aligning your subconscious beliefs with your goals can help you overcome challenges that seem impossible.
It really is. But how do we actually reprogram those limiting beliefs and tap into that potential?
How do we do that?
Well, the chapters offer several techniques, and one that stands out is replacing negative thoughts with positive ones. It's about becoming aware of that self-talk running through our minds and consciously choosing to shift it to a more positive frequency.
So instead of saying, I'm not good enough, we can say, I am capable and confident.
Exactly. Or instead of saying, I'll never achieve my goals, you can say, I am attracting success and abundance into my life.
You're interrupting those negative thought patterns and replacing them with affirmations that support your goals.
That's the idea. But what if those negative beliefs are deeply ingrained? What if we've been telling ourselves the same stories for years?
That's a good question.
Well, even those deeply rooted beliefs can be changed
Really?
through consistent effort and repetition. It's like retraining your mind, just like you would train your body to develop new skills or habits.
So it's about persistence and patience?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We might not see results overnight, but if we keep feeding our subconscious minds positive messages, those beliefs will eventually take root.
And start shaping our reality.
It's a journey, not a destination. It's about being kind to ourselves, recognizing that change takes time, and celebrating those small victories along the way.
And trusting the process, believing we're capable of creating the lives we want.
Exactly. And that brings us to another powerful technique for working with the subconscious, visualization.
The chapters talk a lot about visualization, especially when it's combined with affirmations.
Right.
But what exactly is visualization and how does it work?
Visualization is essentially the act of creating mental images of what you want to experience.
Okay.
You see yourself achieving your goals. Reality.
So if I want to attract wealth, I might visualize myself living in my dream home, driving my dream car, or having a bank account overflowing with abundance.
Exactly. And the key is to make it as real as possible. Engage all of your senses. What do you see, hear, feel?
It's like creating a movie in your mind.
Yeah, a vivid and compelling representation of your desired reality. And when we visualize something consistently, we're sending powerful messages to our subconscious minds.
Programming them to create that reality.
Exactly. So it's not just wishful thinking.
Right.
It's actively shaping our beliefs and expectations, creating a blueprint for our subconscious minds to follow.
And the chapters say that visualization is most effective when it's combined with affirmations.
Absolutely.
So by stating your desired outcome out loud, you're reinforcing those mental images.
And amplifying the message to your subconscious.
It's like creating a double whammy of positive energy.
Aligning your thoughts, beliefs, emotions to create a powerful force for manifestation.
It's like sending out a clear signal to the universe saying, this is what I want.
This is who I am.
And the chapters suggest that the universe or our subconscious minds are always responding to those signals, bringing us experiences that match our beliefs and expectations.
It all comes back to being mindful of what we're focusing on, what we're visualizing, and what we're affirming. We're literally shaping our reality.
Through the power of our subconscious minds. Okay, so we've covered a lot: affirmations, visualization, the power of belief, the connection between our subconscious and our physical health. It's clear the subconscious is a powerful force in our lives.
Absolutely. It's influencing everything from our relationships to our success to our well-being.
And what's so exciting is that we're only beginning to understand its true potential.
It's like we're uncovering this hidden superpower within us.
This incredible ability to shape our reality and create the lives we desire.
And the chapters emphasize that this power is available to everyone.
It's not just for geniuses or mystics.
It's an innate human capacity that we can all tap into.
It's about learning to use the tools and techniques that these chapters provide, practicing them consistently, and trusting the power of our own subconscious minds.
Taking responsibility for our own happiness, our own success, and our own well-being.
It's about recognizing that we are the creators of our own reality.
Absolutely, and that's an empowering thought. But we've been talking about the individual. I'm curious about something that chapters have hinted at, this idea of a collective subconscious.
Okay, so that's a big one. What do they say about that?
Well, they don't explicitly lay it out, but there's this recurring theme of a universal mind, a source of infinite intelligence that we can all tap into.
And if we're all connected to this universal mind, then our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions could be having a ripple effect.
Influencing not just our own reality, but the reality of those around us.
It's like we're all contributing to a collective pool of consciousness, shaping the world we experience together.
So it's not just about personal responsibility, but collective responsibility as well.
Right. We each had a role to play in creating a more positive and harmonious world.
And that brings us back to that powerful principle: do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
It's not just a moral guideline, it's a practical strategy for creating a better reality. If we're all connected, then kindness, compassion, and love aren't just nice ideas. They're powerful forces that can actually transform the world.
And of course, the opposite is also true. Negativity, fear, and hatred create a ripple effect too.
Oh, right. Contributing to a collective reality that's filled with conflict and suffering.
It's a sobering thought, but also an empowering one.
Yeah.
We each have a choice in what we contribute to this collective consciousness.
And the chapters emphasize that even small acts of kindness and love can have a huge impact.
It's like we're each holding a tiny piece of the puzzle.
Right.
And when we choose to contribute our piece with positivity and love, we're helping to create a more beautiful and complete picture.
Okay, so we've discussed the individual power of the subconscious and its potential role in shaping a collective reality. But I have to ask, what is the true nature of the subconscious mind? Is it just a part of our brain, or is there something more to it?
That's a question that's fascinated philosophers and scientists for centuries.
And these chapters don't really offer a definitive answer, do they?
No. Which I appreciate. It leaves room for mystery and wonder.
It's like the subconscious is this vast, uncharted territory
A realm of infinite potential.
that we're only beginning to explore.
And as we continue to explore, as we learn to work with this subconscious mind more effectively, I think we'll uncover truths about ourselves and the nature of reality that will completely transform the way we live, the way we create, and the way we relate to one another.
It's like we're on the verge of a new understanding of what it means to be human, an understanding that embraces the power of the subconscious as an integral part of who we are.
Who knows what amazing discoveries await us on this journey?
Well, it's a journey worth taking, and I have a feeling the insights we've uncovered in this deep dive are just the beginning.
I agree, but we've covered a lot in this part.
Maybe
Maybe we should take a quick break and come back to wrap things up.
that sounds like a good idea. Okay, welcome back to our final part of this deep dive into the subconscious mind. I don't know about you, but I'm still thinking about that idea that we might all be connected, like on a subconscious level.
It's pretty mind-blowing, isn't it? And you know, the source material doesn't come right out and say that,
Right.
but it definitely hints at the interconnectedness of our minds.
Yeah, like that whole idea of a universal mind that we all tap into.
Exactly.
It makes you wonder if our thoughts and feelings are like having a ripple effect, you know?
Yeah.
Going way beyond our own individual
You know,
experience.
we're all contributing to a collective consciousness that shapes the world.
Right. And that adds a whole new layer to personal responsibility.
Definitely.
It's not just about taking care of ourselves, but recognizing that our thoughts and actions can actually impact other people too.
It's like we're all part of something bigger than ourselves.
And that brings us back to that principle, do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
It's not just a moral guideline. It's like a practical strategy for creating a better world.
Because if we're all connected, then kindness, compassion, love, those aren't just nice ideas, they're powerful forces that can change things.
And the chapters make this point that even small acts of kindness and love can make a difference.
Yeah, I like that.
It's like we're each contributing to a collective tapestry,
Mm.
and every act of kindness adds a thread of beauty to the whole pattern.
Okay, so we've talked about the individual power of the subconscious and its potential role in shaping a collective reality. We've also touched on its connection to creativity and intuition. But before we wrap up, I have to ask, what is the true nature of the subconscious mind? Is it simply part of our physical brain, or is there something more to it?
That's a question that's been around forever.
I know, right?
And I think it's really interesting that the chapters don't try to give us a definitive answer.
Right, they just acknowledge the mystery.
Right. They leave room for that sense of wonder,
It's like the subconscious is this vast, uncharted territory.
with infinite potential just waiting to be uncovered.
And as we learn to work with our subconscious minds more effectively, I think we're going to uncover truths about ourselves and about reality that will just completely transform everything.
The way we live,
Yeah.
the way we create, the way we relate to each other.
It's like we're on the verge of a whole new understanding of what it means to be human, an understanding that really embraces the power of the subconscious.
As an essential part of who we are.
And who knows what incredible discoveries are waiting for us on this journey.
Well, one thing's for sure, it's a journey worth taking. And I think the insights we've uncovered in this deep dive are just the beginning.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up here, what's one final thought you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I'd say keep exploring, keep experimenting with the techniques we've talked about, and see what happens when you tap into the power of your own subconscious mind.
Because what if, as these chapters suggest, the key to unlocking your dreams, your happiness, your truest self, has been within you all along?
What will you choose to create?
And that's all the time we have for this deep dive into the subconscious mind. Thank you for joining us, and until next time, keep diving deep.